So we're back at it again, and in the background you hear a Zulu war chant. Now, some interesting information about the Zulus that most black folks don't know, seeing that they really don't understand or know about their Hebrew heritage. The Zulu tribe actually are the tribe of Gad that dates all the way back to ancient times or during the times of the Bible. And it was the Zulu tribe that usually set the battle in array in some point in our Hebrew Israelite history, even though we also know that the tribe of Judah was always sent out to battle as well, or sent array as in battle in Bible times. So just a little note about the chant that we have in the background. Now, lesson presentation 10, if you remember, if you had a chance to look at it, got mislabeled lesson presentation 9, just in case anyone noticed. Now, I made a mistake when I did that, so just to let you know, lesson presentation 9 is actually lesson presentation 10. Now, with this note, we go ahead and move forward. Now, it was Israel's disobedience that set the revelatory process into motion. God reveals to Nebuchadnezzar in a dream the future kingdoms and empires of the world in the form of a statue, which turns out to be a prophetic timeline, as you know. Then God reveals to Daniel in a dream the four beasts, which further explains and expands on Nebuchadnezzar's dream. The northern kingdom, Israel, was overrun and conquered by Assyria, and the southern kingdom, the kingdom of Judah, was besieged by Babylonia. Once Daniel and his friends were settled in Babylon after their deportation, Nebuchadnezzar has his dream. Then God gives Daniel his vision or dream. Now, in Daniel's 10th chapter, verse 11 to 12, we read, "And he said unto me, O Daniel, a man greatly beloved, understand the words that I speak unto thee, and stand upright, for unto thee am I now sent. And when he had spoken this word unto me, I stood trembling. Then said he unto me, Fear not, Daniel, for from the first day that thou didst set thine heart to understand, and to chasten thyself before thy God, thy words were heard, and I am come for thy words." So what we see here is we see that Daniel, the beloved servant of Yah, was given his visions and his dreams to tell him what would happen in the future. But now Daniel had set his heart to understand because he was concerned for his people. So Yah gives Daniel vital information that involves the future of Israel. And the future of Israel is inextricably tied up with the future of the whole of mankind. It had been said wrongly that the prophetic clock does not run until the Jewish people are in the land. Now, even if this was true, this event could not have occurred yet because the people considered Jews today are not the Hebrews of the Bible, period. The prophetic clock began to run in the prophet Daniel's day. And what the scripture tells us is the Gentiles will trodden down the promised land. as recorded in St. Luke, the 21st chapter, verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Therefore, they are not the people Daniel was concerned about. We have accurately demonstrated that the Hebrews, the children of Israel, are black. So Daniel's prophecy concerning his people as well as himself, as surprising as it may seem, are black people, or in this modern day, they are now called Negroes. So again, for review, here's how the statue and the beast that Daniel had in his vision correspond. The head of gold on Nebuchadnezzar's statue is the lion with wings in Daniel's dream. And these figures correspond to Babylon. The chest and arms of silver, which appear on Nebuchadnezzar's statue, represents Persia. And in Daniel's dream, Daniel's representation of Persia appears to be the bear with the ribs between its teeth. And both of these correspond to Persia. The belly and thighs of brass correspond to the leopard with 4 heads and 4 wings. And these figures represent Greece. And the legs of iron represent Rome. And in Daniel's dream, Daniel sees the dragon or the diverse beast with the 10 horns, which in Nebuchadnezzar's statue, the legs of iron represent Rome, and the feet and toes mixed with iron and clay represents divided Europe, 10 countries in number. And as we had noted, 3 of those countries are extinct. Now, as we have seen, the symbolism of the beast in Daniel's dream turn out to be political powers, kingdoms, nations, or superpowers. Now, the first beast, of course, is Babylonia. And the conquest of Jerusalem and the promised land was already prophesied long before these events took place. For instance, in the 79th number of the Psalms, verse 1 and 2, we have David saying, O God, the heathen are come into thine heritage. Thy holy temple have they defiled. They have laid Jerusalem on heaps. The dead bodies of thy saints have they given to be meat unto the fowls of the heaven, the flesh of thy servants, your saints, unto the beast of the earth. And also it was prophesied by the prophet Isaiah in Isaiah the 30th chapter, verse 6, where he says, the burden of the beast of the south into the land of trouble and anguish, from whence come the young and old lion. Now this tells you right off the bat that we're talking about Babylon. The viper and fiery flying serpent. They will carry their riches upon the shoulders of young asses, and their treasures upon the bunches of camels, to a people that shall not profit them. And if you notice in this map that we have on the right side, you see the position of Jerusalem, and you also see the position of the Neo-Babylonian Empire, which is to the south, down at the bottom of Jerusalem, showing us that the conquest of the city of Jerusalem and of Judah was prophesied. So now moving on to the second beast, which is Medo-Persia. This empire existed between 539 to 331 BC. The Persians conquered the Medes in 549 BC. Then the Medes were combined with the Persian Empire, creating what we call now the Medo-Persian Empire. So now the combined forces of the Medes with Persia brought about the conquest of Babylonia in 539 BC. And these three kingdoms combined are the three ribs between the teeth of the bear, which is this second beast. So the Medo-Persian Empire is the bear, the second beast. And Isaiah prophesied this total event. Isaiah, the 13th chapter, verse 17 to 19. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldeans' excellency, shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, so now let's look at the third beast, which is Greece. Now, this empire existed from 331 to 168 AD. And this third beast, the leopard with 4 heads and 4 wings, represents Greece, or the Greek nation. In terms of conquest, as we know, the army of the Greeks was under the command of perhaps the greatest military strategist of history, who was Alexander the Great. The symbolism of the 4 heads and wings represent the 4 Diadochi generals that divided up Alexander's empire into 4 kingdoms upon his death, further demonstrating the accuracy of Scripture. Alexander's army was broken down into 4 battalions and commanded by 4 generals. First general was Cassander. Second general was Ptolemy. Third general was Antiochus. And the 4th general was Seleucus. Moving on, the 4th beast, which the scriptures tell us in Daniel 7th chapter, then I would know the truth of the 4th beast, which was diverse from all the others, exceeding dreadful, whose teeth were of iron and his nails of brass, which devoured, brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with his feet. And of the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell, even at that horn that had eyes, and a mouth that spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellow. I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints, and prevailed against them. And the 10 horns of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall arise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. And they shall be given unto his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion, to consume and to destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. Hitherto is the end of the matter. As for me, Daniel, my cogitations much troubled me, and my countenance changed in me. But I kept the matter in my heart. Now, we need to dedicate a separate lesson presentation to fully discuss this fourth beast, because the discussion of this fourth beast will inevitably take us into the book of Revelations. So stay tuned for our next lesson presentation. Shalom.
Ba